Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president of the Republic of Kenya, yesterday made public appearance after a long time. Uhuru Kenyatta attended episcopal ordination of some 2 bishops in Nairobi. And Uhuru Kenyatta, in his speech, made a reference to traitors. In this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about Uhuru Kenyatta's statement and the possible traitors he was referring to, because the traitors were actually seated next to him. But first of all, I want you guys to watch this particular video when Uhuru Kenyatta made his entry into the church. Pay very close attention to what is happening. Clearly, there was love when Uhuru Kenyatta arrived in the church. And of course, at some point, when one of the bishops was making his statement, he mentioned 3 individuals during his speech. Again, I want you guys to pay very close attention. And for this, I want you to let me know what you've noted in the comment section. Watch very closely and listen to the bishop mentioning the name of William Ruto, Rigathi Gachagua, and Uhuru Kenyatta. Tell me what you've observed.
Your Excellency Bert van Mergen, Apostolic Nuncio to Kenya and South Sudan, here present. Your Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces. Your Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and Your Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, here present. Thank you. Our former President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Graces.
Again, you can clearly tell the love from the audience. But in this video, I want us to focus on who are these traitors Uhuru Kenyatta made reference to. First of all, listening to Uhuru Kenyatta making the reference.
Sioni shida ya usaliti mwingi sana huku. Hawa ni watu ukiwaongelesha vizuri, mtapelekana na hawa vizuri sana na watawasaidia kwa kazi zenu. Usaliti huko upande mwingine sitaki sijui. Usaliti ni mwingi sana. Lakini kwa wasaliti tunawaambia, hata Judas alisaliti Yesu, lakini hiyo mahela aliiwacha akaenda akatafuta kamba. It is servant leadership, not leadership to be served.
So who are these traitors? Before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But by the way, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names there on the screen for the coffee which they sent to me earlier today. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. A cup of coffee only goes for 200 bob, but you can do more. Ladies and gentlemen, who are these people Uhuru Kenyatta was making reference to? Again, I observed something. Uhuru Kenyatta made public appearance, of course, with the Mama Ngina Kenyatta. A day before, there was the talks on Twitter of the possibility of Uhuru Kenyatta joining presidential race in 2027. That's another Kenyatta. And of course, the same yesterday, Margaret Kenyatta also unveiled another organization, Margaret Kenyatta Institute, where he will be offering social justice to women, empowering women, and also gender equality. So, which means we are seeing the Kenyattas making a comeback to the public limelight. But let us not get into that for now. Let us focus on the individuals Uhuru Kenyatta was referring to. First of all, why do you think Uhuru Kenyatta made reference to these traitors? The truth of the matter is that power is temporary. And Uhuru Kenyatta took his time and reminded these guys. Because we remember, Uhuru Kenyatta was a president. He was very powerful. Currently, we saw how his farm was raided. He could do nothing. We saw his son being, the son and the drama with the bunduki. And currently, we are witnessing their land, the Kenyattas begging the government, land, something like that. So he reminded them that power is temporary. And from my understanding, Uhuru Kenyatta is also still very bitter with some of these individuals. He's yet to recover fully because he believes these guys really, really betrayed him. And of course, from the other thing I can gather is that Uhuru Kenyatta has realized that Kenyans are not with most of these guys. And that's why he can always just get a podium and talk about them. And by the way, why do you think William Ruto missed this event? Because in an ordinary circumstance, previously, William Ruto would not have missed this kind of event. Why do you think he missed it? Of course, he's out of the country, we know. But the William Ruto we know would have attended this event. Why do you think he missed it? Let us spare that for now. The truth is, for me, the church has divorced itself from William Samoei Arap Ruto. But ladies and gentlemen, who are these individuals Uhuru Kenyatta was referring to? Because according to Uhuru Kenyatta, these guys were seated somewhere there. Let me name them. Number one is Johnston Sakaja. Why Sakaja? The question is, who is Sakaja? Sakaja is the governor for Nairobi. But who knew Sakaja? Who was Sakaja before becoming the governor for Nairobi? The truth of the matter is that majority of Kenyans came to know of Johnson Sakaja after Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta named Sakaja as the chairperson of the National Alliance Party, TNA Party. That was, I think, it must have been ahead of 2013 election. That's when Kenyans got to know of an individual known as Sakaja. The truth of the matter is that at some point, I'm told, Uhuru Kenyatta wanted to campaign. Uhuru Kenyatta learned his lesson the moment he contested in 2002 and he was defeated by Mwai Kibaki. Uhuru Kenyatta decided that in 2007 he was going to take a rest. Then he wanted to prepare for the presidency after that. So in the process of preparing for the presidency, 2013 presidential elections, Uhuru Kenyatta decided to craft a team. And the name of Sakaja was proposed to him. In fact, Sakaja, there was Itumbi, there was that group. The names were proposed to him, I think by, who was this? There were some 4 individuals, James Muturi, there was Muturi, the AG, there was David Murade, there was this other guy, some 4 gentlemen. So the name of Sakaja came, and Sakaja was appointed to join part of the communications team. And before Kenyans knew, Uhuru nominated Sakaja as the chair of TNA. That's when Kenya knew Sakaja. And of course, they ended up winning. And after winning, Sakaja was nominated to parliament as a member of parliament. Then in 2017, Johnson Sakaja wanted to become the governor. But then again, he was prevailed upon and he contested for the Senate, which he won. Then you all remember that most Kenyans expected Sakaja to be on Uhuru Kenyatta's side because he was previously not in URP. Remember when Sakaja was the chair of TNA, William Ruto had his own political party called URP. So most Kenyans had expected Sakaja to remain with Uhuru Kenyatta. That did not happen. And that's why Uhuru believes that Sakaja betrayed him. Of course, I've always told you politics about interest, but he believes Sakaja betrayed him. So Sakaja is the first individual he was referring to. The other individual who was also present is Martha Koome, the current Chief Justice. The truth of the matter is that there was a strong feeling amongst Raila Odinga supporters, and Uhuru Kenyatta also believes so, that Justice Martha Koome was compromised in her ruling during the presidential petition. And Uhuru Kenyatta would have also expected Justice Koome to side with him. Why? Because according to sources, in 2000, when Martha Koome was being nominated, remember the president has a lot of say through the Judicial Service Commission, blah, blah. The person who was qualified above all was none other than Ouko. He's also a member of the Supreme Court judges, Justice Ouko. Then, because Raila Odinga wanted to become the president, there was a strong feeling that there was no way Alu was going to become a Chief Justice and Raila becoming a president. And that's how Uhuru Kenyatta persuaded these guys to allow Martha Koome. Because you remember Martha Koome and her history, having been part of the struggles a bit, the influence of Martha Karua. So Uhuru Kenyatta felt that Koome betrayed him. But the worst betrayer Uhuru Kenyatta was making reference to was none other than Monica Juma, who is currently the security advisor to the president. Monica Juma was a key ally of Uhuru Kenyatta. Key ally, very close. In fact, Uhuru Kenyatta appointed Monica Juma as the cabinet secretary for foreign affairs. That's a preserve of few individuals. So that's the trust Uhuru Kenyatta had on her. Then Uhuru Kenyatta came to realize late that Monica Juma was the biggest betrayer in the team. That they would meet like this, Monica Juma there, they would discuss strategy. Then William Ruto would get all these strategic details from none other than Monica Juma. That's why Uhuru Kenyatta is mad that these are betrayers. I'm not even sure whether they greeted each other. The next individual is Moses Kuria. Who is Moses Kuria? The current cabinet secretary for public service. Moses Kuria can attribute his success in politics to some extent, not fully, to none other than Uhuru Kenyatta. Because there was some by-election in Gatundu South. That was after Uhuru Kenyatta became the president. That was in 2014. Uhuru Kenyatta ensured that Moses Kuria was elected unopposed. He did that on his own political party. And remember, Moses Kuria was the member of parliament for Gatundu South. Uhuru Kenyatta comes from Gatundu South. Moses Kuria never supported Uhuru Kenyatta after the handshake. Is that not betrayal? So Uhuru Kenyatta believes Moses Kuria betrayed him. And lastly is Moses Masika Wetangula, who was also present. Wetangula was a co-principal in Azimio. Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila, Weta, Mudavadi, Kalonzo, all these guys were principals. They would sit, strategize. Unknown to Uhuru Kenyatta, these guys were meeting with him during the day. At night, they were briefing William Ruto. And that's why Uhuru Kenyatta made that reference of traitors. I don't know what to think. Do you think these guys betrayed Uhuru Kenyatta? Or it's just about interest? Because I've always told you, in politics, you have only two constant: interest and betrayal. I don't know what to think. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.